Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, and a very good day to all of you. Welcome to the first ever English podcast held by the English Club collaboration with the Student Council. This podcast will be known as Teen Talks. In this podcast, we'll talk about random things with unique topics. And of course, this podcast will be benefiting for all of you because you can improve your English listening skills. So stay tuned to every of our podcast episodes. Let me introduce myself. My name is Pakeza Zamzam Salsabila Adin. And for today's episode of Teen Talks, we will travel through countries with unique cultures and national days that they held based on their traditions. Before we start, I would like to introduce my friends that are going to accompany me in this podcast.
Hello, my name is Helena Fitria Suryani.
My name is Kanaka Alicia.
Hello guys, my name is Nafka Fitria Sabrina.
And those are my friends who are going to accompany me in this episode of Teen Talks.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Hello!
Hello!
Okay, so
We're going to talk
first of all, I would like to ask you guys a question. Have you ever wanted to travel to foreign countries?
Yes! I want it, but
I'm so excited.
I just traveled to Malaysia and Singapore this far.
I have ever traveled to Malaysia and it's just like 2 weeks to stay there.
Okay.
I've
Japan.
traveled to Japan for about maybe more than 2 weeks. Yeah, and it was for student exchange.
That's a good experience.
And yeah, it's like such a huge experience. Like it's very memorable. It's also exciting, and I wish that I could go back to Japan maybe in the future.
Okay, let's not waste our time and begin our discussion on the differences between Indonesia with the neighborhood countries that we're going to discuss. Okay, first of all, did you know that Australia is one of the continents that doesn't have an active volcano?
They didn't have active volcano.
Yes.
I just
Australia?
I just know.
Yeah, just Australia. I was also wondering like why only Australia? Why not like
Why only Australia?
Is
Yeah, I
it
think
because we are in the science class? we don't know anything about active volcano in
yes.
I think
Australia?
Australia
It's
too.
because of the location of
Ah,
your
yeah,
country,
yeah, yeah.
right? And this country has the most active volcano. Like there's a lot of active volcanoes in China, right?
Yeah.
Maybe because of the
Yeah.
location that
And Japan, I think.
Oh, Japan.
Yeah.
And China also.
And Japan also.
we are like
But
Japan's
Japan,
like more
yeah.
it's
yeah.
more
Yeah.
to earthquakes than
Yeah.
I'm a science major.
Yeah, we're not really into geology, right?
Okay.
Okay. So, other fun facts about Australian is that they actually eat kangaroo meat. We only know that Australian only has like a unique animals, right? Like
Yeah.
kangaroos. But I didn't know that they actually eat the kangaroo meat. It's really shocking news when I ever went there with my family and found out that they actually eat kangaroo meat legally.
So they sell it on market?
Yes, they usually give testers so they can persuade the buyers to buy the kangaroo meat.
Is it halal or not?
Well, for that one, I don't really know, but I think they said that kangaroo meat is a little bit similar to cow meat, like usual meat.
Do Australian people eat the baby kangaroo too, or just the mama or their papa kangaroo?
I think it's up to them because in Australia they have this specialty where they always hunt. Because Australian is more to survival. They like to hunt, camp, and lots of survival things.
But I think kangaroo is extinct in Indonesia, right?
Yes.
They live in zoo or somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought kangaroo is a protected animal in
Yeah.
Australia, so I was shocked when discovered that
there's-
they
They eat
meat.
kangaroo, yeah.
So there's several types of kangaroos,
Or-
and these kangaroo meats are not extinct, so they can eat kangaroo.
Actually, the difference between kangaroo in Australia and kangaroo in other countries is that in other countries maybe kangaroo is known as an extinct animal, right? But in Australia, they're actually not extinct because there's a lot of kangaroos, even though they're not at the zoo. There's usually like kangaroos on the road or maybe like in the open forest. That's why,
In neighborhood.
yes, they all. That's why they have like a sign where there's like a kangaroo sign, a kangaroo shape, and then yeah, it says to be like be careful of the kangaroos. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move on to one of the national days that Australian had that they always celebrate on the 25th of April. It's called Anzac Day. In Indonesia, it's quite similar to Heroes Day. Yeah.
So they celebrate hero of the country.
Yes.
Is it not Independence Day because they also celebrating, right?
Yeah.
But it's celebrating heroes
Yeah.
for respect the heroes, so they celebrate the heroes, not Independence Day like
No.
We do have that day too, right?
Yeah,
It's
we
Heroes
have-
Day.
Like,
we
have
celebrate
friend-
every 10 November.
Yeah.
And
We have Independence Day and also Heroes Day.
Oh,
yeah. 2nd of May we celebrate the
Education Day.
Education Day. But
The hero
Yeah.
education, right? Ki Hajar Dewantara. He
The-
means
yeah.
teacher.
yeah,
Yeah.
the date based on the Ki Hajar Dewantara burn.
Yeah.
We it's similar with Anzac Day,
Oh,
right?
exactly. Yeah, it's similar. Okay.
It's actually, it's kind of similar, but the difference is that the purpose of Anzac Day is where the Australian people or the Australian origin remembers and dedicated the heroes, the sacrifice of the heroes who died in the war between Australian and New Zealand. And that war was actually to capture Constantinople in Turkey. Because Anzac actually stands for Australian and New Zealand's Army Corps. That's why usually the Australian people and the New Zealand people celebrate Anzac Day. And in Anzac Day, they actually have like Anzac biscuits to celebrate it. It's like a biscuits that they said that this biscuits is actually easy to make. That's why the soldiers' wives and maybe girlfriends, they usually make the biscuits to give to their maybe husband and boyfriends.
Partners.
Yeah, partners. So
Oh,
yeah,
I don't think Indonesia have that kind of tradition to make biscuit.
Oh.
Is it the biscuit only sell on the Anzac Day or just in daily? They sell it too.
Oh, I think they usually sell it in Anzac Day, but maybe in original day only a few shops that they sell in Anzac biscuits, and I guess it's pretty much more
It's
expensive.
expensive, yeah.
And what is Anzac biscuit made of? Or it's made of wheat or corn or
It's actually pretty similar to every similar cookies you made, but they use coconut. Yeah, and it's pretty delicious.
I want
I'll
to try.
From
Maybe we can
America.
make it sometimes in English
Yeah,
club.
we can make
Cooking
it.
class.
We can like we cook another country's food
Yes.
and also learn.
Yes.
But I'm
their
afraid
recipe.
that we will burn the kitchen.
And actually, there's also one more thing about Anzac Day that reminded me of Anzac Day: poppy flowers. So this poppy flowers actually symbolizes death, and Actually, this poppy flower, they said that this poppy flower is actually white, but why is it red? Because it says that the redness is from the blood of the soldiers that joined the war for fighting the New Zealanders.
It's a lot of tragic.
Is it poppy flower? What make poppy flower so special so that the poppy flower can be the symbol of Anzac Day?
It says that poppy flower also symbolizes peace.
Oh.
So it's like they dedicated poppy flower in the peace between Australian and New Zealand. So yeah.
It's pretty unique, right?
Yeah. Okay, next we have Naidok Week. It is also known as Aboriginal Week. So in this Naidok Week, they held celebrations across Australia in the first week of July each year to celebrate and recognize the history, culture, and achievements of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Usually in this Naidok Week, in celebrating the Naidok Week, we usually wear the people usually wear orange T-shirt because it says that it honors the experiences of indigenous peoples and it celebrates resilience and affirms a commitment that every child matters.
What kind of activities that they do on this Aboriginal Day?
Okay, so in this Aboriginal Day or Naidok Week, they usually have like a festival, like the Naidok Festival. And this Naidok Festival, there's usually like a didgeridoo show. So this didgeridoo is a musical instrument from the Aboriginal people. It's a little bit like trumpets, but it's much more bigger. Other than the didgeridoo music, there's also cultural arts and crafts. For example, like face painting or Aboriginal arts that they make. There's also games, activities, and food that they usually make in the Aboriginal times. And there's also, they usually perform an Aboriginal dance, and this Aboriginal dance is actually pretty unique. They wear like the traditional clothes where it's a little bit like Hawaiian clothes, you know, like the leaf skirt, yes, and like flowers. They usually have flowers. Yeah, it's like natural, like they use nature for clothes, and it's really fascinating. Okay, and next is Harmony Day. So in this Harmony Day, we know that Australian has a lot of international students or maybe international people from all around the world. Like maybe there's people from Indonesia, there's people from India, Turkey, and lots more. In this Harmony Day, we actually celebrate like the different countries that are staying in Australia. For example, in school, they usually celebrate Harmony Day by they make like this event where people would wear their traditional clothes, like their traditional clothes. For example, in Indonesia, maybe the Indonesian people
Yeah, the Indonesian people.
wear baju bodoh, you know, from Makassar.
Oh.
Yeah. And there's also like Bali, and also from the Indian people also wear their traditional clothes with lots of accessories. And other than dressing up in their traditional clothes, they also make like traditional foods from their origins. Like maybe from the Indians, they make curry, like butter curry, and also from different origins like Switzerland, they usually use cheese, right? Yeah, they use cheese for traditional food.
I think it's very interesting because not only Australian can celebrate this Harmony Day, but
Yes.
all of the country can celebrate this by showing their uniqueness, their
Yes.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I wanna ask something. When is Harmony Day held?
Okay, so Harmony Day was held on 21st of March, and they actually created Harmony Day since 1999. So for the main purpose of the Harmony Day is to celebrate unity and diversity in Australian. And also, they usually perform dances and also their music taste in their country. So yeah, I think they're not really like government in the government. They don't celebrate it in the government. They only celebrate it at schools. So yeah. Okay. So while I was talking about Australian, we also find like similarity in Australian and also Indonesian, right?
That's right. So yeah, talking about National Day, Indonesia also have a similar one, like Australia. Yes, we celebrate Heroes Day.
Yeah.
And as we all know, Heroes Day is Remembrance Day that annually celebrate on 10 November in Indonesia. Why 10 November became a Heroes Day? It is because the day commemorates the 1945 Battle of Surabaya, in which pro-independence Indonesia local community as well as soldiers and military fought against the British and Dutch army as a part of the Indonesian National Revolution. So basically they defend Indonesia because we just also like gain independence. Yeah, we defend our country. We defend our country.
Because the Indonesian against the England,
No, it's like
Dutch or Dutch.
I mean, like Indonesia just gained their independence, but you know the colonizer, the Dutch, and the England, they want to take back our country. They want to colonize again our country, so we fought back and.
Another story.
That's the story, and that's why 10 November became a Heroes Day too.
They what is it? Roll back.
The France,
The blue one, right?
Yeah.
But that's like a different stories. But because that's one.
Because also that's
But
Incident,
they
right?
rip off the
break off
Dutch
the
flag
like the blue
in-
one,
yeah,
right?
the
So it's
blue
become
one.
Indonesian flag, red and white. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's happened also in Surabaya.
Yeah. And I've seen the hotel that the place of
Yes.
that
The
incident.
Wow.
happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very
How is
classy.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a memorable place. Anyway, I also noticed that Australian people eat kangaroo meats, right?
Yes.
And I mean that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Also
Unusual.
very interesting. Indonesia also do eat weird foods, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you guys have heard about weird foods in Indonesia because Indonesian eats rat.
What?
Yeah. But is it not all Indonesian, right? Only in several areas.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so
It's
like
not halal. and
Yeah.
in North Sulawesi, they would grill the rat and they find the meat tastes like chicken.
Oh, it's like as if they eat that temporarily. Like they think that as a normal meat that we usually eat. Right? I guess that's their tradition to eat rats. Wow.
So but they do not use like a dirty rat. They use the wooden. It's like more bigger and more hygiene. Maybe perhaps like Australia, they breed like peternakan ada breeding chambernya
Reading for
for the rat to
Oh.
be cooked.
Wow.
Is it to respect the ancient or what?
It's pretty unique though.
Traditions, right? One of tradition in Indonesia.
Maybe it's not for tradition, but it's like
Usual?
they habit. Like
Oh my god.
it's like traditional food.
Wait, they said that rats are not really healthy, right? But how can they handle the meat? You know, like, when they eat the meat, do they feel like something?
Like stomach ache.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe they
Maybe-
in the bread, right?
Maybe
So
they
it's
already
healthier.
used to it. It's like
Yeah, they used
Oh.
to.
Yeah.
just same like us that we already eat that since we young, so they don't find any
Yeah.
problem with that.
And also the red is in the bread, right?
yeah, it's like
So,
so it's not like the regular
yeah,
red,
the regular
the
red,
dirty
not in
one.
a-
So it's more hygiene.
Yeah,
clean.
more hygiene.
Yes. Okay.
But why they eat rat?
Yeah,
I can't
like-
think of it.
as Indonesian people.
Yeah.
It must be pretty shocking for people who just knew the information.
Yes.
It's useful information.
Okay, yeah, maybe enough to talk about weird foods. Like, maybe that's enough. Why don't we just talk about normal food that all Indonesian people must already eat, like sambal.
Wow.
Sambal.
Sambal, like
I like that.
Like it's
every
very
Indonesian,
popular.
every Indonesian people
Yeah.
maybe one in a lifetime have experience to eat sambal.
Yeah.
Even though the price of chili is so higher, they still can make sambal.
Yeah, like they cannot live
Actually
without
depend
sambal.
on the high rate of chili price, right?
But I guess they don't have to buy chili. Maybe they have like they make the chili garden. Yes, they farm. They
And I think Indonesian people rarely use chili flake. They use like chili.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
like red chili.
Yeah, red chili.
chili
And-
powder.
Yeah, they
Mix
rarely
it
use
with
that.
mix it
chili
with
powder.
onion.
Because I think, in my opinion, the chili powder is not that spicy.
Yeah, it's not
It
that-
just
That's
more
spicy.
like to add
Yeah.
flavor.
Yeah, just add flavor. Because Indonesian without chili is nothing, man.
Like Indonesians really like spicy food,
Yeah.
and they even consider sambal as their main menu.
Oh,
So
it's-
like Indonesian household, the family will always serving this sambal.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
rice to them.
The Indonesian
Like
people
the
just
main food.
Indonesian just can eat sambal and rice, not using like
Anything,
chicken
yeah.
anything. They just can
Yeah.
eat sambal.
Yeah. Because it's tasty.
Yeah, and it's
that's-
already flavorful
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get satisfied by only sambal.
Okay, let's end to talk about food. Maybe do you guys notice that currently there are many festivals around here? Like maybe a weeks ago or a few weeks ago, we had Pesta Pora.
Yeah.
Right? They
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 invite a lot of
invite,
artists, right?
They invite local artists from many generations and also from many genres. It was such a big event, like many people talk about it. We also have synchronized with the fest. It's like a local festival music, but it's a very popular. It's a very big event. Yeah, I just noticed that we also have
And I noticed that we also have like Aloe Bank, do you know?
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys know that, right?
Yeah.
They invite NCT, right?
I think it's make Indonesian people interest.
Yeah. And the ticket is so
Pricey.
no, not that pricey.
The price of
It's
but-
not so cheap.
Oh yeah, it's cheap and it's sold out so fast.
So fast.
yes,
Just-
yes.
Because
Because-
NCT
yeah.
has many fans.
Yeah, especially in Indonesia, a lot of fans
I think just 1
and
second.
of NCT
So yeah,
from Indonesia.
also like
Go for
these
it.
past few weeks, I mean like currently there are many foreign artists came to Indonesia to hold a concert like this month we have Westlife, we also have NCT Dream, we have
17,
we
yeah.
have Icon, and next month
And NCT want to come.
next month we will have Stray Kids, and then Justin Bieber, and then
But,
also
but the sad thing is Justin Bieber, cannot come
Cancel.
here, cancel.
Oh, that's so sad
Because
of his
for
condition,
the-
I don't know
His condition sleep, right? I don't know what.
face.
Paralyzed. Paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad.
We are hoping Justin Bieber
I'm sorry,
get well
believer.
very soon.
I guess Indonesia collaborate with many foreign countries too.
Yeah.
And I really hope that with this collaboration, Indonesia is going to be famous in the other countries. So we can also share our tradition, culture.
I do hope that.
Yes, we get many Indonesian artists that already go international.
Yeah, like
We can sing Vicky,
Yeah, Agnes
Monica.
and Rich Brian.
Rich
Ooh,
Brian.
my
That's
favorite.
right. And by the way, they will come to Indonesia very soon on December.
Oh wow!
The Church
Do you
Festival.
do you buy?
It's so
Surprising.
Like the cheapest one
We
in
cannot
the
afford that,
website
right?
is 2 million rupiah, and like that is the cheapest one, and it's 2 million
Wow.
rupiah, and that's like OMG. Okay, I
Please.
cannot.
Oh no, thank you.
Please 88 Rising, give us a free ticket.
Or maybe a cheaper one for students.
Okay, moving on. Talking about music in Indonesia, South Korea also have big impact to the entertainment industry for Indonesian people, right?
Yeah, it's correct.
You can guess. Yeah, it's the one of the genre music called Korean pop or K-pop. Did you know that among these days, the Z generation are currently obsessed with K-pop?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean like
You can see that a lot. On
yeah, a lot of K-popers in Indonesia,
Yeah.
right? And also yeah, K-popers is K-pop fans, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Yui Boo.
Sorry.
Okay, so that is mean that K-pop industry have successfully spread in among the world widely in music industry, right?
Yes.
You definitely know BTS, Stray Kids, Blackpink.
Yeah.
I know.
They have many fans.
Yeah, they have
Especially in
fans.
Indonesia.
But not only in Asian, also in the Western country.
Like Europe.
Yeah, in
USA.
Europe, US, yeah.
I think they go international.
Yeah, they go internationally, and you know that Namjoon give speech in
Yeah.
in UNICEF,
I see that.
It's so cool.
yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, they really gives big impact on world.
Yeah.
They can give speech on PBB. Oh my god, that's good. You know that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the United Nations and
yeah.
in front of many countries leaders.
Yes.
They represent the ASEAN country in
Yeah.
the world, right? Not mean like only Western in music industry that have succeeded in this music industry, but also K-pop.
I think Namjoon gives speech on PBB. It's about love ourselves, right?
Yeah.
I think it
Young
connects with their album.
Yeah,
Connecting
love yourself.
yourself.
Yeah. It's you guys have to listen their album, especially
Yeah.
Love Yourself. It's so good.
Yeah, because I think they make like such a motivating songs
Yeah.
about how to love yourself, and I really like how they use motivative
Their fans.
words.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not their fans.
Of
They motivated it. They who listen their song, not their fans, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, like not
all
only
people.
the fans
Yeah.
that are listening to their song, but there is also like non-fans
Yeah.
of K-pop
Yeah.
or maybe like non-fans of BTS. They also listen to the song and they approve that they like the song because it is inspiring.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on from K-pop to Korean drama. So the Korean wave is not only K-pop but Korean drama, right?
Yes.
So do you guys definitely watch at least one Korean drama?
Of course, I'm watching a lot
Yes.
of Korean drama.
What is your favorite?
So far I like Weightlifting Fairy.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
I really wish that they still stay together.
Oh,
Those couples.
they are
Namely couples.
they are broke up, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
broke
broke
up. It's so sad.
Yeah. I think my favorite Korean drama is Vincenzo, I think.
It's
so good, right?
It's similar to Big Mouth.
Yeah,
This currently I like.
yeah.
This is so far.
I haven't watched Big Mouth yet, but the trailer is so good.
Yeah. And Korean dramas not what people think. I mean, like people think Korean drama just about romance, right?
Romance,
But
no.
romance drama, no.
No, it's wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong. Korean drama, it's all genres, all in Korean drama. It's like action, horror,
Fiction.
fiction, yeah,
Ooh,
fiction,
Thriller.
Yeah,
yeah,
thriller.
thriller. Not only
a lot.
romance.
What about
Maybe most people already know this, but like Squid Game is
Everyone,
yeah.
everyone
The
knows
most
Squid
popular.
Game. Yeah, the
like
most popular.
everyone already know about Korean drama, but Squid Game makes Korean drama more popular on the Western.
Yeah.
Like people talk about that when pandemic, and even like big account like big Western account talk about it on Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing, guys, do you know, guys, that Parasite is get the word?
Parasite.
Oscar.
Yeah, I know that.
It proves that Korean drama is not just for ASEAN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
Parasite got Oscar, Squid Game got Emmys Award.
Ooh.
Wow. It's proof that Asian go. So, through Korean drama and K-pop, we know the culinary of Korea, right? So I think kimchi is the most popular Korean food. What do you think, guys?
Well, personally, I think I agree with her opinion because kimchi has been new by all people, like it's international food, because from my experience, my mom already know kimchi since like 90s, and then she introduced kimchi to me. So I would say kimchi is like the most popular Korean food.
But personally, I don't like kimchi because it's so sour.
I guess it's not really our taste. Buds.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
really
it's
in
not
our
our
taste.
taste. But this is the interesting fact that kimchi is invented around 4,000 years ago, according to Siga.
Oh.
Yeah.
And and Korean people really love kimchi,
Yeah.
but
It's like what is
side dish, right?
side dish, but have to in
in the table,
in the
in the
table,
dish.
in the main dish.
Yeah.
Kimchi is very
It's must do, yeah.
It's
It's
must
must.
do.
It's like us, but the difference
it's
is
like-
that we eat rice, right?
Yeah,
That's
with
the main
rice.
dish that we
Yeah.
eat. In Korean, it's
Yeah,
kimchi.
it's similar to sambal, but in
Ah.
Korea it's kimchi.
Okay.
And also in Korea itself, kimchi have 100 types of kimchi. Different
my
types
God.
of like
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
a lot.
I visited what is it? Asia Africa in Lembang.
Oh.
Yeah, there's many different type of kimchi, and also according to Visit Korea, one of the most recognized by the world community is Becho kimchi, which is made from
Right.
radish. Yeah,
I think it's made like crunchy sound, right?
yeah, it's made crunchy sound, and also the
This is kimchi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the most popular one.
I've only tried like the cabbage kimchi. Maybe I shall try the other kimchi because I don't like cabbage kimchi. Or it just the different main of kimchi like cabbage, lettuce, but the taste is same.
Oh, the same.
Yeah, I think
See, yeah.
or cabbage kimchi or lettuce kimchi. Is it the same taste or is it different taste?
I guess like
I
the
guess.
difference is on the hedges.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's two types of
Like fermentation.
yeah, the fermented how they cook it.
Oh, how they cook it.
Yeah, it's there's any fermented and also salting.
Oh yeah.
What is the pengasinan? Yeah.
Oh,
Some
pengasinan.
version,
Oh.
some version, okay.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to try. I'm so interested in trying kimchi because when I watch K-drama, they always eat
Yeah.
kimchi like
Kimchi,
deliciously,
yeah.
and I really want to try it, but I haven't found the right kimchi
Well,
that
Maybe-
connects to my taste.
Yeah.
Maybe each family have their own recipe from
Yeah.
the ancient, right?
Yeah.
So it's from their ancient, they develop it more, and
Yeah.
also it's tasty maybe.
Yeah, I would say because I love kimchi.
Yeah, me too.
I kimchi like every time I want to add like more foods, I would add kimchi because like it suits everything.
Yeah, it suits
Like
everything
for
for
fried rice,
yeah.
or maybe you just want to eat hot rice.
Yeah,
like,
and
warm rice, like you could
Tteokbokki also.
yeah, and for tteokbokki also, and maybe when you eat like bulgogi or yakiniku, you could add kimchi.
Yeah, it's very nice for the side dish. Okay, beside that, Korea also have tteokbokki made from rice cake, right?
Yeah.
And also kimbap. Kimbap is similar to what is it in Japan? Sushi. Yeah, but the
Feeling?
filling is with it also with rice, but kimbap mostly filled with veggies. Yeah, with veggies.
No, not with
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and tuna, egg also, and but they usually using the
Sesame oil.
sesame oil. Okay.
Okay.
Based on Helena said, it's correct, guys. In Korean, they have kimbap, but in Japan, we do have like sushi, but it's so different. Kimbap and sushi. kimbap, they use like sesame oil, but sushi they use vinegar, and the filling is in sushi. The filling is like fish, example salmon, tuna, and they also use fish eggs, tamago, avocado, cuka wakame, and etc. And they eat it with soy sauce and wasabi. And I tried wasabi and it's so sting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't
I've
like it.
never
I don't
tried
like
it. I
wasabi.
will say I love wasabi because it adds more flavor. Because you know sushi, like they don't have flavor. So you add wasabi to add more flavorness, to add more feel, and also soy sauce.
I think it's not a favor, but disappear. What is it? What is it?
It disappear the natural
The natural taste
of
right?
the sushi.
Yeah, I just like original.
Yes. I've never tried wasabi because they said that is spicy. And I don't really like spicy food.
It's actually not spicy, but it's like in our
It's
taste. Yeah.
But I prefer to eat it with wasabi and chili flakes, chili flakes and soy sauce, and it tastes so good. In Japan, they usually eat sushi like twice a month or more. In Japan, sushi as culture, so they have to eat it.
It's kind of like kimchi.
Yeah.
It's like the main dish of Japan.
Because people say that Japanese people have started eating sushi around the end of the Edo period, and it all started from the mass production of soy sauce. Okay, Mia Mairi. Do you guys know what is Mia Mairi?
No, I haven't heard
I
that.
haven't heard that.
Mia Mairi, or literally string visit, is a Japanese newborn baby traditional rite of passing. Parents or grandparents bring the child to a Shinto shrine, traditionally 30 days after birth for a boy and 33 days after birth for a girl. But today, most Mia Mairi are practiced between a month and 100 days after birth.
Oh, I guess it's kind of like Indonesia. They have like akikah, right?
Yeah.
Similar like
They celebrate the newborns.
And the purpose is similar as Akikah. This practice is to show gratitude to the deities for the birth of the child, as well as to request a shrine priest to say a prayer for the baby's health and happiness. And the interesting part is the infant is often made to cry in order to ensure that the god has heard. At the end of the ceremony, rice wine in a red wooden cup is given to each person in attendance. Small gifts are often given to the family.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, that's really like traditional culture, right, of Japan, and it's I think nowadays it's
They still do
they still
tradition,
do
right?
like Mia Mairi.
So I mean that's a good thing because like they still do their culture. I mean, like the young generation don't forget what the older generation did.
Mostly Japanese people continue their traditions such as Mia Mairi and sumo wrestling. Nah, sumo wrestling. Do you guys know sumo wrestling?
I know
Yeah,
that.
I know that.
It's so popular, right?
It's a popular. It's the most popular sport in Japan.
Yeah. Sumo wrestling began in Japan Japan hundreds of years ago during the Edo period. I think it's happened similar as sushi, right? But its roots may go back even further to ancient Shinto rituals. Japan is the only country where sumo wrestling really caught on, and it is still the only place where you will find the sport practice on a professional level.
Oh yeah. I saw on television that sumo wrestling is the giant, it has a giant body, right?
Yeah.
But it's similar, like sport in Korea. It's called serum. So serum is all Korean wrestling, but they use the what is it? The
Mat.
sand. Yeah,
Mat.
no, they use sand
Oh, okay.
for the blend to the area of fighting, and serum is also using the wrestler wraps. The satba, it's a fabric belt wrapped around the waist. Yeah, on one type. Yeah, but for nowadays, I think Korea using mattress for the area.
For
Yeah,
the safety.
Yeah, for the safety. It's like in the TV shows like Isak, right? You know that.
Yes, I know that. I guess the difference is that in the Korean wrestling, what is it?
Yeah,
Sorry?
serum.
Oh, serum. In serum, they use like almost
belt,
similar to karate clothes, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're using clothes.
Yeah,
that-
but sumo,
But sumo,
they don't wear clothes,
they don't-
but they wear that traditional
you know.
belt. It's kind of like an underwear. So
Yeah.
Is it belt, not underwear?
I mean, it's like both. Like they use underwear and they also use belt.
Yeah,
so-
both, yeah.
And they use that sumo hairstyle. I think it's like traditional.
But I think it's
like
only
Edo
underwear.
style.
So funny. Funny to know, yeah. That's interesting.
Okay, we start moving on Geisa and Michael. Do you guys know what is Geisa? Geisa, for your information, Geisa is not a band from Indonesia.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
It is the entertainer from Japan that wearing like a mask or powder that's very white.
Yeah, it is. Geisa are professional female entertainers. Although historians believe the first geisha were male. These women entertain anyone who can afford their services with conversation, dance performance, and games at high-class restaurants and private parties. Geisha are the precursor to the another uniquely Japanese phenomenon, hostessco.
so it's kind of like the entertainer in clubs.
Yeah.
Oh, but the difference
but
is that
they,
they
like,
wear traditional
more-
clothes.
Yeah.
And they like
Okay,
more
I get it.
high.
Phrases.
Yeah, they more like high prices like
So if you want to run, they have very expensive.
Prices.
So
Yeah.
I guess this club is kind of, it's only for like VIP people, like very important people, or the commoners can also come to the club.
I think the
I think the one who have money.
yeah,
right?
I think
Yeah, because I saw it
Okay.
on YouTube. Raffi Ahmad visiting Japan.
yeah, I did.
And Raffi Ahmad ran the geisha. Yeah, I saw it on
my
YouTube.
God,
Oh
wow.
my god, I don't know. They just appear on my feed, so I just watch. Oh, this is geisha.
Wow.
Okay.
That's interesting fact.
It's interesting part, right? And what is Maiko? Maiko are the apprentice geisha who are still training to perfect their culture and entertainment skills. Maiko is usually younger than 20, wears more colorful kimono with a red color and lacks conversation skill. Maiko have to live in geisha lodging house or Japanese call it okiya with their mother Okapi-san for 5 years.
Okay, so I guess Michael is kind of like the beginners of geisha, and to be a geisha, they have to like have so much experience, so they can do the job properly.
Yeah.
It's similar like training in K-pop, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to be idol, you have to train. Train first. Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And also
Exercise,
their job
yeah.
like kind of similar to entertain people, right?
Is it Michael also rent? We can rent.
Some of them can, and it's but Michael like don't like put the price so high, like they more cheaper.
Cheaper one.
Yes.
Okay. I guess we can see that there are a lot of similarities between the neighborhood countries with Indonesia, and the facts that are given from my friends, it's really interesting and impressive. And also it gives us more knowledge about the neighborhood countries. So I would like to thank you, my friends, for accompanying me in this episode of Teen Talks. I hope to see you guys again. And thank you for all of the viewers and to the listeners for hearing this podcast. We will see you in the next episode of Teen Talks podcast. See you!